So today we want to talk about handling of other forms of elements that's aside from the checkbox and the drop down that we've looked into earlier. I'll be sharing my screen now and give us a quick run of how we can um, how we can handle those elements, how we can interact with those elements so we can test them out and the kind of assertion we can add to those type of elements. So we'll be looking at the web tables, the upload, the download, and the alerts possibly. Please confirm when you can see my screen.
Yes, ma.
All right, thank you. So the first element we'll be looking at is the web tables. Web tables are tables on in our website that we are trying to test out. If you see a table, any table design on our the website we are trying to test, those are web tables, and they are designed in a way in the HTML, like the way they are being structured in the HTML. We have the table head, we have the table body. By table head, I mean title of the table, and we all know that a table contains of a rows and a column. So we have the table head, the table body, the rows, and the column. When you think about web table, just let these four things stick. For the table head, that is the title of your table. The table body is the other thing other than the title, either inside the row or inside the column. So for the table, for our table body, right? If we locate our elements, let's say the table has a class and ID, we can locate it with that. Then we want to test anything out in the table body. Then we'll call the table body. Then for TR will represent the table rows and TD represents table column. So if you want to test any row out, you're going to be saying on table body, that is going to be the title of the ID or the class or any other locator we are trying to locate the element with. The table body, because we're trying to test out not the title now, we're trying to test out other stuff in the table. Then the table rows we are trying to speak with. Then we can add our assertion. If we add dots, you have length. We are trying to check the length of a table. We want to check the length of a table, the length of a row of a table. Then you can add have length to. We can if it has less than two, then we can add less than two to it. So for the table head as well, we can do the same thing for it as well, for our table head. And if we want to verify if a test, but if a particular test exists, let's say our table contains of a test Lagos and it's inside the table column. So we can have this cy dot contains td, that is the table column. It has this title, the text, which is Lagos. And we can add other assertions on it. Let me just try to explain to us with this the internet hook.com. Let me just use the slash tables, the same website, slash tables. So we are here now. So if we inspect this element, right? This is our table. This is the sample of a table. This is the table head, the last name, first name, email, due. This is the table head, and these are the table bodies. Every other thing here are the table bodies. This is a table row. This is a table row. This is a table. This is a table. This is a table, and these are table columns. So if we want to test out anything here, we can expect, and we can find the element first. We can find the element first, then we can just do something like this. For the table, for this particular table, we have the ID to be table one. If you want to select anything by ID, I've told us last class, in our previous class, that we'll be using the hash table one. We select the whole table. Then if I want to select the table head, then I will call the table head to select the table head. Then this is going to select the table head for us. And if we want to select the column in the table head, we can call TD. So this selects the whole column in the table head for us, right? And if we want to select a row in the table head, we can call TR. This will select the row of the table head. But if you have the table body, you can see now the selection is different. It's selecting the whole rows here. That is this Smith, John, this is it. is inside the table body, not inside the table head. But if I did not introduce anything and I do table TR, this is going to select this is the first row. This is going to select this for us. So now let's try to test out this table. What is the test case we want to do? Let me just add a note. Pad, yeah. So what is the test we want to do, right? Let's say the first test we want to do, we want to verify the table title, the table title length. We want to verify the table title length. And the second test is to verify the table rows, length. You can have these two. Then the third one is going to be want to verify the want to verify that table one con table body one contains first name, or table body one first name. Let's do this. Table body one. I'm just trying to generate test cases like our normal manual test cases that we used to write, right? Verify that table body one contains table body one first name is equals to first name is equals to John, and for verify that table body 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's equals to table body 4. What can we check for again? Okay, due is equals to $50 or whatever that's there. When we are doing this, we are going to be writing it for this. We are going to be returning everything that is there. Or let's just use the email, or we can do have this. So let's say this is our test case and we want to write this out in using our Visual Studio Code. Please click and confirm you are following. And do you understand? Do you have any questions so far?
No question yet, ma.
All right.
Ma, you're muted. Oh. Can you hear me, Ma? You're muted.
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm just trying to. I've been talking since. I'm very sorry. What I'm trying to do now is to write out our first test cases. Our first test cases is to verify the table title length. So what we want to do is to check first the table that we have here. This is our table head, and we're going to be counting the number of lengths we have, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see now this is our TL and this is the table head. So we can now write our test case to be mm, table one. This is what I table one T-head TR is going to return everything here for us. You can see it's selecting this. So it's going to check the number of lengths. So that's the first test case. Dot should have dot length, and we're having how many lengths? 6. So this is going to return back the length of the table for us. That means we have write out the first test cases that we have here. Now the second one is verify the table row length. We want to verify the table row length. So the table row length is going to be how many rows do we have here, Kike, in this table? Can you hear me, Kike? Am I still muted?
Sorry, Ma.
Okay. I was asking you how many rows do we have in this table?
We have rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying. Roll is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's row. If we want to do for the table body, it's going to be 4. But if we want to do for the whole row, it's going to be 5, because this is
5.
going to include. Yeah. So if I do table one TR, you see we have 5. But if I do table one T body, we have 4. You can see. Do you see 1 out of 4?
Yes, Ma.
Yeah. So, but if I do table one TR, we have what? 1 out of 5.
1 out of
So
5.
exactly. So we have 5 TL here. So depending on what you want to test for, right? We can
Sorry,
just
Ma.
test
So
for the.
if it's table 1CD, it's going to show 1 out of 4.
No, if it's table one CD, that means we are talking about the column. CD represents column. So it's going to be
Okay.
given, you see, it's returning 24.
Yes.
It's going to count each of these column. This is a column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Oh,
12, 13, 14. It's going to count each column. So that's why it's
okay.
returning 24. But if I do table body, if I include this table body now, it still returns 24. I think it counts the whole 24 here. But if I do TR, we are going to be having 4. The role is different from the column. TR represents row, while TD represents column. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, so we can proceed. So to correct at our second test cases, which is verify that table rows length. So we are checking for the whole rows, right? So we can just do T table TR. So you can just write this out. I'm trying to copy this. Okay. So cy dot get, we still have this table one. We are not doing table body now. We are doing the table that should have the length of 5, Rabbi.
Yes.
Is that correct? Yeah. Yes. So what's our next test case? Our next test case here is to
Table 1
mm,
body.
verify that
The
table
table.
one. I'm trying to, sorry, just give me a moment. I'm trying to
Okay.
adjust this. Okay. So can we see it now? So
Yes, Ma.
verify that the table one body first name is equals to John. So how can we do that? We can do that doing ci dot get dot table one.
One.
That's our element, right? Table
Yes.
one. We are trying to verify a name, right?
Yes.
So we will have to use the
Type.
just dot find We're using the
Okay.
dot find, yeah. I don't really like using this guy because that's why I like using my other PC for class. See, other PC is okay. There's yeah, dot find dot um tr. When tr equals to 1, yes, if it's stable, this is going to return everything, right? And I said that let me just explain this for us. And td equals to 0, not is it td equals, let's just try to write this out. My other PC will not suggest, so I'll have to type it out myself. But this one will give me a suggestion. So this is what we are going to do. So this is what we are trying to do here. Cr dot table one dot find is going to find the table row dot equals to, this is our test case, right? We are trying to where's that test? I think I have to close this out. Faith, please don't disturb me. I'm in class. Sorry. Apologies for that. So what we are trying to do is to verify that table one body first name is equals to John, right? So cy dot get dot find t row when it's equals to 1. We are using 1 here because our array will start from a 0. So this one is going to be 0 and this one is going to be 1. The t row is going to be 1 here. So now for this, we now say td dot equals 0. This is not going to equals to 0, because if it equals to 0, we are verifying for first name, right? That's what is in our test case, first name. So this is going to be 0. Smith is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So John is 1. The position of John here is 1. So we are going to be changing this from equals to is 0 to equals to 1. Dot should uh, have the text. We want to check if it have this text. John. John. So that's what we are trying to do. So what is our next test case here? To verify that table body 4 due is equals to $50. The same thing we did here, right? We are going to be writing almost the same thing here. cy dot get the table one dot find. Now let us go and check it, and I want you to tell me what I'm going to do to this. We have 4. We are checking the table body 4 due is equals to $50. So what is my t roll if I'm checking for table body 4? Let me go back to that place so we can see it. This is what I'm where does it equals to $50? I think this is the last one we are trying to test for. So my table roll here is going to equals to what, Kike? If I want to test out this row, what's the position of this last row?
Um, 4. No,
Zero,
Sierra
one,
4.
two, three, 4. Yeah, that's correct. Do you understand?
Now, please, can you explain that part again?
Yeah, the positioning of you see, we are doing table one. And if you are trying to write anything here, right? If we want to write it out as our code, not checking the length now, we are going to be starting from a 0 because array starts from a 0. So this one is going to take the position of a 0. This one is going to be 1. This one is going to be 2. This one is going to be 3. This one is going to be 4. You know that when I want to write this one, I write 1 not because this is the first one. This is not the first one because we are using table 1, which is going to return all the table for us, including the table head. So the first position here is the for the role is supposed to be last name or this one. But this is
Okay.
taking one position because this has taken zero, one, two. If you're writing anything in array, just try to start from zero to whichever number you want to go to. Do you understand that? So
Okay,
that's why
ma.
we are going to be having tr dot equals to 4 dot td. Now our td, we are want to test out this deal. So what is going to be the position of our td? Is it the same logic?
4,
No, it's not 4.
1, 2, 4.
This is using the same logic. This is going to take 0,
Okay,
1,
1, 2, 3.
2, 3. So this is going to be 3. And what is the test we are expecting, right? We're expecting it should have the test. It should have this test, right? Let me just copy it out. Sure. So let me just try to run this. Let
May I have
to,
a question? In
yes,
a
please.
in a case where there's no name, like a login details, that we don't have a name that we're testing, is it find we're supposed to put, or we're supposed to put type?
If you want to, it depends on what you want to do. Based on our test case now, we are not trying to type. We are just trying to,
Okay.
like, we are trying to confirm if that
Okay.
name is there.
All
But if
right.
we can use in a case that I'm trying to test a login, right? Let me say I want to test a login field, right? What am I going to do? Does internet pickup have anything login? Let's say, for example, right? Automation exercise should have login. So we should have sign up and login. Yeah, we have it here. So let's say what I want to automate this now. My test cases, what are my test cases? What am I trying to do? I want to verify if login to your account, or if I'm on this login page, then I will use the get URL cy dot get you dot URL should equals to whatever I'm passing here. Then if I want to type here, I want to type here. So I will locate this element. Then I will use the type because I want to type into the box. So I will locate this element. This is the name of this element, right? I can use the name. If I want to use the name, then I'll have to use Control F. You know how we locate by name, right?
Mm,
The
I can't
input,
remember.
the input tag. Then we have name to equals to what's the name?
Email.
Email. Okay. Name to equals to email. So this should return the element for us. Then we'll add our column here. Yeah. So then if I locate this element like this, then I'll now use dot type. Then I can now interact with this element to type my email here. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you, ma.
All right. So let's go back to our test. I need to move away from PowerShell. Just give me a moment, please. So we can now do our NPX style press open and am I correct? So this should launch and run our test. Okay. How is this not being detected? So our first assertion fail, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I need to remove this table row. Still failed. Table one, eight, right? Should have this should work. So have length of 6 but got 0. Sorry, I'm trying to check. This supposed to. Let's just use the find method here. But this supposed to work. Try out table one, expected table one T8 to have a length of 6. Okay. I think I'll have to do table one CD. Yeah. I supposed to do table one T8 TD. Let's try this out. Because we are speaking to the column, not the row. It is the column that is equal to 6. it is a row that is equals to 6. So I'm thinking this should have passed. This should have worked. Table head. Oh, TH. Let's use TH. Let's use TH to access the table head column. Let's try this out. But this still is still seeing it as 0. I'm just coming. Let's just try other aspect of our code out. Let me comment this out and let's see if. So we are going to be using the dot find method to write assertion for this too. Okay. I think I did not. I just write table one, table one. Do you see that, Kike? Do you know what happened?
No ma.
Okay. You see that I just write table one, table one. I did not
Okay.
add the locator I'm
The
trying
ID.
to, yeah, the ID that I'm trying to interact with. So I know everything's supposed to pass initially. So the issue is because I did not select, and that's why I don't like using this PC. I did not select the ID. So you see now everything has passed now. I've rerun the code. It will rerun, it will automatically save. So it expects the table here to have the length of 6, right? And it has the length of 6. So our session pass. It expects this to have 4, and it has. Are we expecting 4? We are expecting 5. What's in our code? Okay, we are expecting 5. Yes, it returned 5. So this first is to confirm that the one we've selected contains John and it contains John, and this is to confirm that this contains this test. So if we want to now try to write negative test cases for this, right? I know that this contains John, but I'm trying to now say that okay, confirm if this same thing contains Taiwo. So there's no way this will pass because it does not contain style. Or I know that this contains $50, right? And I'm saying that okay, just confirm if this contains $10. So that is going to fail. Of course, it's a negative test, and if it's part of my test cases, it should pass. So that is that about the web tables. Do we have any question before we proceed to the upload and download?
No ma.
As expected, you can see that these two other test case fail. It, all right, and it's intentional, So
Yes.
okay, all right. So let's just proceed. Let's create a new. I'm going to create a new file. We're going to call this upload.cy.js. So we're going to call this upload. Let me just come here. The factor. So I'm going to basically I'm supposed to add my it and if my describer and it field, right? Now this is just going to be document upload. Document upload. And this is going to be uploading, upload the documents. So we are going to, let's first understand, if we want to upload the document, let's first understand how we'll go about it. Then we are going to move to, mm, so for us to upload a document, right, this is the code for the table and this is the code for the upload. I think I have to just explain so we'll be able to understand. Okay, since we don't really have a note, I'll just have to explain for us what we are going to do first. The first thing first is that we are going to, there is a particular method in Cypress that is called select file. So we are going to, where we have get the element ID, we are going to use this select file to upload the document. But if we are selecting the file, we are selecting the file from somewhere. That is, we will have manually insert the file in our Cypress. So, and we ask Cypress to select the file, right? And if Cypress select the file, it will now upload it um in our in our web page. What I'm trying to say is that there is a pictures file, there's a pictures folder here. This pictures folder, we will upload our anything we want to any image. Let me see. Image sample PDF. Okay. So right. Let's say I want to upload this image 12. Hmm, I don't know. Let's just use this. So just give me a moment. Let me just see what is inside this sample file. I just want to confirm if it's also fine. Okay. That's not okay. I think we can use it. So let's just use this sample file. If I want to upload this sample file, right, in an upload field, you can upload. We can do multiple. We can do single upload. But let's talk about the single upload first. For example, I want to upload this sample file. I will copy this sample file from here. I will copy from here. Copy it from here, right? Then come to this upload. Yeah. No, come to this pictures folder. This feature folder. I want us to try this out and we will try to paste. Did I copy? Did I really copy? Because if I copy it, I'm supposed to be able to paste. Then we'll paste it here. But I'm come, just give me a moment, let me confirm if I copy that. Down download and copy and I should be able to paste here inside this place. You just think we have to use another method, right? But I used to use this copy and paste too. Maybe I should try another folder out or another. Mm, let me just try using another. Let's just try using another file. Just want to finish. I'm not sure this is what I'm looking for. I just tried Control V, right? Mm. I don't know why the paste was not active initially. So the first one should have even worked. Let's just try Control C and Control V because the paste in the features file supposed to be active. Let me try to use the same method for the sample file. Control C, and we'll come to this place and we'll paste. Yes, do you want to paste this sample file? Yes, just paste. So we have this here now. We have this image here. So we can just use copy and paste. I was expecting the paste, this paste to be active before. So for the upload, right, we are using this same internet lookup for the upload section, this same site, but we have upload, file upload. So this is the file upload. For example, if you have anything that you want to just any scenarios that want to test out the upload, this thing the first step you are going to do is to choose a file. If you click on this, choose a file. This is what the select method is going to do. The select method is going to allows you to select a file, but this time around you will have um, put the file inside your pictures folder, so you'll be able to locate it. Then you can click on upload. So the test case we want to write is to upload the file and verify that upload is successful. Let me test it. Let's test this out manually. Uh, I upload and I click on this upload. Then I get file. Okay, file uploaded. I'm going to get this file uploaded, and it's going to return this for us. So that is what we are going to be doing. So the first one, the first scenario to try out is to ensure that this is. Let me copy that URL first. This URL. Okay, should I send this URL to the chat? Are you following? Are you on your PC?
Yes, I'm on my PC, but I'm just focusing on what you're doing. I'm not implementing.
Okay. So should I send the URL to the chat, or you will not? You can just get it from the website yourself. To just go to file upload in that internetweb.com. You will see
Okay.
file upload there. So anytime you want to try it out. So the first thing I'm going to do is to interact with this element. Okay, the element ID is file upload, so we can just use this. So we can have ci dot get. So the file upload, which is the element, dot select file. Dot select file. I said this select is going to be is going to help and enable us to be able to choose the file. Now we are going to be adding the parts, right? So this is Cypress. You see, I have Cypress. This is the part. Yes, Cypress forward slash. Inside this Cypress, come to these features, and whatever file I want to upload. Inside these features, we have sample.pdf. Do you have anything like sample.pdf? No. Let me
No, all we
just
have
change.
is
Let me
sample.
just change
Okay.
this. Okay. Don't mind this. Don't mind this guy. Sample file dot JPEG.
JP, JPEG.
Yeah. So this is going to upload this for us if this part is correct.
Then this false true. What does it
Yeah,
mean?
this first true is just to if it does, we can add it to, we can decide to remove it, we can decide to leave it. But
Okay.
sometimes if you are dealing with upload, right, we need to, because sometimes it might not want to allow the upload. So this is just to enable it to upload, like whatsoever, like even though if I remove it, it can work and it might not work, it might throw an error. Then this first is just to enable it to upload. If the part is right and everything is right, it's supposed to upload regardless. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so so we have upload, right? Then we are going to be clicking on this button. There's a button. You're going to be clicking on this upload button. The upload button ID is what? File submit, right? Okay, we have a class. You can just select by class. So cy dot the file. I'm using the class dot. What's it?
BN, BTN.
Is it btn or button?
Ah,
It's button.
okay, button.
Yeah, button. So button dot the what method are we calling?
Click.
Click. Yeah. So dot click.
So,
Why
ma,
is
if
this
we're
so
running our test
why is
case, we
this so
have
live?
to make sure, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
We have to make sure it's aligning with the codes on the inspect.
Is aligning with the code on the ink space.
Like, how will I put it? I don't even know how to explain what I'm saying.
See why that's so this should I don't understand your question. KK.
I'm saying when we come to inspect, so we have to like follow the way class is there. If is that we wrote it as BTN, it
Exactly.
won't work.
It won't work. Oh, it won't work.
Okay,
Yeah, you have to follow. That's why you are inspecting to check, to
okay,
double check. Yeah, you have to write it the way they write it down.
okay.
That's that's how it will be able to locate it and upload the file for you. So you can see now this has upload, and this has select the file. Before is no file, but now we have this file selected. And even before we click, we can confirm. We can have before we click, just to be so sure. that sample file.jpg as is, we can just have cy dot get the same file upload, right? Dot get just get the same file upload. Don't mind this guy. The same file upload and dot sh- uh, should have dot test sample file.jpg. So what I'm trying to do here is to confirm that, okay, after this upload, this sample, I'm just trying to add an assertion that this sample file.jpg exists. So we can do something like this. And we have our assertion. Why does it fail? But the test was none. Oh, sorry, give me a moment. Let me plug my. Yes, sir. Okay, so I'm back. Mm. Okay, so I was trying to add an assignment to confirm this text and is returning back. Okay, it does not really have the, this is, it has a blank. Let me just use should exist then instead of using should have value or dot this test. Let me just use should exist instead of checking for the value. Sample dots, wherever. I don't like using this guy. No, it's not what I want to try to do. CY dots get this upload work. This is returning no, but the test was just an empty. Okay, we can use contains value. So I'm just trying to, the reason why that one will not work is because the test that is there is not exactly what I'm trying to do. But you should just like check this test and just check if there is a test that contains this sample.file.jpg. Then we can now add our assertions to confirm if this file uploaded test exists. So we can just do cy.contains. We don't need to get the elements. After we have upload, we can take this one out. So after we have upload, right, we can now do cy.contains file upload successful should be visible. Yeah. So file uploaded. Yeah, file uploaded should be visible. So we have two assertions here, right? The first one is to confirm if our test, if I put this before the upload, is going to fail because before the upload, this is what I'm trying to say. Let me cut this from here and let me put it after it's launched the element and let's try to run it. Then the first assertion should fail because as at then there is no, you see that it fails, right? As at then there is no sample.jpg file amongst the tests that exist. So it's not there. But now if I try to put it after back, let's just do Control Z, then that should work. So do you understand this upload? And we can do this for all upload. We are just going to call the method select file. We are going to put the first step. If you want to do upload, first step, add your file, the file you want to upload, add it inside these features, right? Call your method select file and write the path out, the name of your folder, and this feature slash the name of your file. Those are the three things: the name of your folder, if it's Cypress, if it's not Cypress, just write the name of your folder. Then write the name of this feature and the path on the file name you want to upload. Then you can add your first true and you cannot add it. But I would advise us to add it so it will be able to upload our file regardless. So that's about file upload. Kike, do you understand that? Can we proceed to download?
Yes, ma. But ma,
All
I have
right.
one more question.
Yes, please, I can hear you.
In cases where maybe we are to do like under this file upload now, we have like another URL that we're supposed to check. Are we now going to put this CY, like after this first one you've done, are we now going to put like cy.visit, then the URL of the next thing you're supposed to check on this same?
I don't understand you.
The way we've checked this file upload, if we were
Yes.
to check something else, probably under that same file upload,
Okay.
or let's say something else under this same upload, but not this particular URL, are we going to copy the next URL under that URL
Uh,
under that
is the URL changing?
yes, if it's changing.
Then if it's changing, we are going to have this, we're still going to talk about it. We are going to have this target attribute. But if the URL is not changing, then you can still continue to write um your test. And
Okay.
if we are on this same URL, like if our URL is not, although Cypress does not allow us testing out multiple URL in the same test.
Okay.
So, but if let's say for example now I'm on login,
Okay.
this is login, and if I click on login, let's say Bolo, I cannot use login because what's it? Did they have the sample test at gmail.com? Sign up, testify, sign up. Okay, I mean I don't have time. Okay, what I'm saying is that if this is, you see, it's still the same. This as this place is still as sign up, and if I click on this place, it's still as sign up. So I don't need to write cy.visit. Do you understand? But if I'm going to, maybe I'm going to from sign up to cart. Okay. So
I'm
I'm
hearing.
no, yeah. So this is going to, we are going to introduce. I'm still going to explain that, if, because this is like an attribute. It's going to have href target. See, we are going to, if we are doing something like this, we are going to have this href. Any
Okay.
elements that have this, or maybe when you are trying to test, it has this. There's a workaround around it, and we are still going to talk about it. I think
Okay.
yeah, we're going to talk about it. Let's just continue. Let me see if I add it to this. This is, yeah, this is it. It's Cypress tabs. It's Cypress tabs. You see, this is Cypress tabs. We are still going to talk about it. Let's just move fast. I just want us to complete this slide too, because this is our slide for the week. I want us to
Okay.
complete it. Yeah. So let's go to download. So for the upload, you've done the upload. Let's go to download. Mm, So we can have a new folder, and we can call this download.cy.cs. So for the download, this one is much more simple because you are just to click on a button and ensure it's downloads. Let's just come to this internet groups and comes to file downloads. So there are a lot of files here. Let's just, so this should download, right? So let's say you have a place where you want to test out download. You inspect the yeah. Then let me just copy this URL. Let me just copy this URL, and we can have the URL here. You visit the site and you inspect right where you want to download from. Let's want to download this my statement. Okay, it's even have an href attribute. And I think we now need to use the invoke method. Let me just use this to teach us what we were asking the other time. See, anything that has something like this, we cannot just inspect and work on it directly. It will not work. Let me try to test it first so you will see. Let's say I want to use the cy.contains to test out. cy.contains what do you contains? It contains, where is it? Sample doc, sample doc, and I'll use dot click. I don't know if this, but let's try to. I don't know if this site has, but let's just try it out. Dot click, dot click. So I think I have to go back. Okay. Oh, sorry. Although, let me just try to test this out. But before we test before we try to download first, we'll have to install uh Cypress download file. So that's when we'll be able to confirm if whatever I want to download has been downloaded. So we have to do npm install Cypress download file. I'm not sure I've installed this myself as well. So I have to install this first. While we are waiting for this, right? I'm not. Let me just explain invoke, this one that we use for your question, how Cypress relates with tabs. Let me just explain that out so we can so anytime we see a target attribute, anytime you inspect an element and you are seeing the target attribute, what does that mean is that that part is going to change. The part of the URL, let's say we have that part is going to change, trying to open like a new tab. So, but nowadays, Cypress does not allow us to run everything. If we are trying to open a new tab, then we have to introduce this remove attribute. We are going to use the remove attribute first. Then we are going to invoke. We are going to use the invoke command. So we'll be able to use that same attribute in that same element. Once the target blank is being removed, then we can now click the link and we can now continue on that same parent element. Then we can now click the link. Why are you sorry? Excuse me, friend. Sorry. So I'm back. I was trying to say that um then if that target blank has been removed, then we'll be able to click on that tab, and it will be able to work on that element. So anytime you inspect and you see href and target blank, just use this method to work to have a work around it. And what is the method? The first method is we are going to delete the target attribute with the invoke for a link. So we are going to get the URL, we are going to get the element first, then we add this dot invoke remove attribute target, then we'll be able to click that is when we can now confirm if whatsoever we want to do has been done.
Ma, are you speaking? Ma, if you are speaking, I can't hear you. Ma, are you speaking? Ma, are you speaking? Cause I can't hear you.
Can you confirm you can hear me now?
Yes.
You can hear me now?
Yes, but I was not hearing you speak before.
Oh, okay. But it's fine now, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, let me just reshare my screen. Can you see my screen as well?
It's still loading. Yes,
Okay.
I can.
Okay, so for the file download, I tried to run a script the other time and it was not working. So I closed the terminal. We have to run this script npm install cypress hyphen download file. So when we run the script, then we have this download. You see, before I did not have this download. So whatsoever I now download will come inside this file. For the upload, I have to add it inside these features. So anything I download from the browser will now come inside this file. So the other time that I run this test, that means it works. I said cy.sample.doc.click. So we now have this sample doc inside our downloads, right? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma.
Okay. Let me just do another quick test. Okay, so let's say I want to try to download this hello.json. So, and we just add it to, instead of cy.contains, just use cy.contains hello.json.click. I will run my test. I'm not sure my terminal is open. Let me just open it again. npm cypress open. And so um this is going to download the file and add it to. But do you hear me when I was trying to explain the concept of opening a tab in Cypress? Was that
No,
clear?
no. You that time you were not
When
speaking.
did you? But my slide was on, and I was trying to explain something from the slide. You did not hear that too.
No, I
Sorry,
didn't.
it's not upload. It's download. So I was trying to explain how we interact with while I was trying to explain this Cypress tabs. So you were not hearing what I was saying then.
No, I wasn't. Oh,
Wow.
no, no, no. I was
So
here when you were explaining this.
okay,
It was
okay.
when you were trying to download the
File.
MPN download something. Then from there, I stopped hearing what you were saying.
Oh, okay. So you see now we have run the script. So I'm expecting my download to contain this hello JSON, right? Inside
Yes,
my Cypress. So if I come here, I now have a download folder. You can see I've now
yes,
downloaded this hello JSON here. So that's the concept of file download. You have to call that. So I was trying to explain this tab element. So let me just try to um, let's have a new test here, and let's call it tabs. New file, and let's call it tab
ma, for this download, did you open a
does.
new file or because you
No,
did?
I did not open a new file because I run the script npm
Okay,
installed. So immediately it's
okay.
installed successful. I
It
have
came
this
to Cyprus.
download
Okay,
folder. Yeah. So this is like I didn't, and this is like an inbuilt from Cypress. Even these
no,
features too and supports, they are like an inbuilt from them.
okay.
Yeah. So let's just talk about the tabs. So I think after the tabs, we'll just run through the alerts. Then we should be done. Oh, okay. So this is going to be tab. Start charge down test. So for this tab, we'll be using Windows. We have internet hookups. Let me just go back. We'll be using Windows. I think they have a Windows here that we can use. So in case you see anything, let me just type it /Windows slash.
Multiple windows.
Okay, you see multiple. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so this is it. Now, if I click here, you see we have slash. It has now changed to Windows/new.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the concept. I cannot click back. Okay. So that is the concept. Or sometimes if I click on this sign up, right? It might not be a part. It might be like I'm trying to navigate from this sign up to this cart. So it will change from sign up to view cart, something like that. So we are going to undo it using the this method invoke, right? We'll get the elements, then we invoke and we will remove the attribute. What we are trying to do is to remove the target attribute and we turn it to blank so that when Cypress wants to relaunch the URL, then it will give us the new URL that we have. So let's just come to our Visual Studio Code. We have, where's my tabs? Is this my tabs? Okay, so let's delete this. /Windows. So let's inspect this window. Let's inspect this. Where is that? Click here. Let's inspect. So you can see the click here. It has uh it has a div of a class of example. So that's why we are using this dot example. That's why we are using this dot example. And this is the anchor tag we want to remove. And we use the invoke method to remove the attribute. Then we call target. Then we click. This is just going to kill any sections that is on and give us our new URL. Now, before our URL was cy.visit, right? We can now call the method. Well, what I was trying to ask you to do the other time, that in case you are trying to test out if my mouse is kind of dragging somehow. Cy dot cy.url, like cy.url will return the new URL to us, and our URL should equals to Windows/new, because before we will have this one and now we have this one. Or we can do cy.url, this is equals to this one. Or we can do cy.url should, instead of this one equals, should contain dot value, and instead of us writing this http it should now contain new value. Yeah, let's save this and let's try to run our tabs. Do you even click? But if I click on this, it's supposed to change my URL. What URL are we having currently? If I click here, it's supposed to change. It's supposed to change the URL, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, why is it? Coming? If it clicks here, it's supposed to change supposed to change it to whatsoever we want. That's when our assertion will be able to pass. Now even remove the assertion self. Let's just try to test out with just give me a moment. Let me just try to test with this automation exercise. We have sign up, login, and we have cards. Okay, I'm going to be on this URL first, and I'm going to move from that to, but I'm going to inspect, and I'm going to move from that to cat. I'm going to inspect this cat. Hmm, This is UL zero one two no ULLI child. Now let me just select this class now this is class but this work does invoke. Let me try it out. I'm not sure because of that class I'm selecting. Maybe I'll end up using ULLI. Yeah, I know it will not find that element. Let me use ULLI and child. Is it child too? Is cat too? Is 012. Okay. Mhm. Let's try to run this. Am I still getting nav bar? Still never find. This is UL, this is LI. 101. You're supposed to. That's supposed to work. And URL is selecting it, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's this is supposed to work. Let me just use a partial class. I'm just try to see if let's just use a partial class. If that we select it. This cannot even work because it's not speaking to one element. We have more than one element here. This shop menu. Maybe I should just use ULLI inclusive, right? ULLI and charge. So okay, yeah, this works, right? So the shop menu and child. So okay, we so and child theory supposed to be product. Let's try two is so this works for this. It remove the target and it click. Then we have the product, right? So once about selecting our elements, we just have to make it unique. So if I want to click on the cart now I can now confirm if my URL now contains and I can now confirm if my URL now contains view cart. If my URL now contains view cart because originally my URL was sign up, sign in. This was the URL I introduced first. We can see /login. So now I can now add this cy URL dot should our value view cut. Kika, do you understand this?
Yes, ma.
Are you sure?
To an extent, yes.
All right. So you see now, syntax error. Let's put this in a string. As in a string. Okay. Sorry, I cannot use because it's a URL. I cannot use control Y. So I have to return the whole HTTP. Do you get? I can still use include. I should be able to use include cat.
I think he's expecting us to put the full.
URL.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to say. But I think I'm supposed to even use include instead of But since this URL, this URL we are calling, CY URL we are calling is going to return a old, like the old URL for us.
Oh,
Yeah. So I can do, I'm coming. Let me just try this. Cut. Okay. So this works, right?
yes.
Yeah. So we have the view cards should include the paths view cards. So the original part was login. So anytime you are dealing with, you do this when you're dealing with tabs, windows. So that means it works the other time on that other, you are on that other page too. But I'm unable to verify it because it does not open the new window for me. So, but here now you can see that it works perfectly for the tabs. It moves from this tab to this new tab. So let's just proceed, please. We have less than 20 minutes to the end of the class. I, do you have any questions so far? Okay, we've talked about tabs. We've talked about tabs. We've talked about upload, download, web tables. So what else do we have here that we need to talk about? We've talked about this upload. Okay, it's now alert. I think then after alert, that will be all. So this first true, you see, the reason why we are adding, let me just explain this concept of first true for you. The reason why we are using that first true is just to, in case the element is hidden, it will show it. Do you see, right? We use it specifically for hidden elements. Sometimes they might hide an element under another element, but you know the name of the element. You can just call the name. It's not common scenarios though, but you might be trying to interact with one specific element that is hidden under another one. So you need to use the first true. So the first true will make it to be clickable, to be interactable. That's why I added it to the some upload the other time. Even though it does not want to work, it will, if as long as it sees something that is close to it, it will be able to interact with it. That's that about the hidden element. So let me just explain the concept of alert and we call it a day. So alert, right? We have three types of alert. We have the alert, we have the confirm, and we have the prompt. For the alert, it's just you click on your alert, and that is if you click on it, that is all right. You can just now validate if your test is equal to or not. For the confirm alert, you need to interact with it. Like it is a type of alert. When you're talking about alert, maybe you're trying to, do you want to close this window, yes or no? So that is a confirm alert. Do you want to proceed, yes or cancel? Those one are kind of confirm alerts. It comes in a pop-up and you interact with this. And for the prompt alert is always prompting you to type to type into it. Let's say, for example,
Sorry, ma.
um,
Is confirm and alert in one or separately? Okay.
is my mic? Hey, your default mic has changed. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So what do you
You were
say?
saying, okay, alert is different from confirm alert.
Alert is different from confirm alert. Alert is some alerts are just
Just a
information
notification pop up.
informational. Yeah, they are just the
Okay.
notification pop up. They don't require your actions.
Okay.
That is alert. But confirm alert require your actions, and prompt alert also require your actions. For confirm
Okay.
alert, you need to confirm, and if you want it to confirm, you will let it return true, and if you want to say no, you will let it return false. We will just change this return true to return false. And for
Okay.
prompt alert, it will prompt you to type into it. Like,
Oh.
let me just go to this section. Alert, 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 alert. So in case you see alert, just let me know. Let me just do slash alert. Not found. You should have alert here. So sorry, I'm trying to look for this alert here. We should have anything alert on this page that we can use to test, right?
JavaScript alerts.
Thank you very much. JavaScript alert. So we have so you see this is an alert, right? You can just say okay. And for this JS is requiring you to say, and some alert doesn't even require you to say okay, even if you not say okay, sir, you should continue. But for confirm alert, you have to confirm or you have to cancel. And for prompt alert, you have to type inside this prompt like yes, and you click on OK. So those are the three types of alerts we want to talk about. So I'll be creating a new test now, and we have alerts for it. So we should just do the three together. Alerts.cy.js. So yeah, we can now have yeah, now we can now have alert tests. We can now have prompt. Should display alert right click or wherever I want to display right. So we visit this place and we interact with these elements. This is the first thing we're going to do. We inspect this element, right? And we'll click here and we have this. So we have our button here on click for JavaScript alert. So we can use cy.contains then. That's our Visual Studio Code. Okay, there's a button. Is there a button? Let me confirm. I think there are buttons. Button. Let me just. Okay, it has. This is. You can do something like this. cy dot contains JavaScript alert dot click. Yeah, we can do something like this. Although this also is valid. This is trying to select, but we can do something like this too. Now, after we have called the alert, right? We now call this window alert. We now call this window alert to on. Like if sorry, I'm trying to confirm something. Yeah. So this window alert, cy dot on this window alert. We had our test here. This can be any. This is going to be our test, right? We can make this my text or anything. Expect text. So this is our test. Expect test dot to equals to I am alert. So let's run this first. Do we have alerts here? Yes, we do. And let's see what we have. Okay. This click this. That's what the first line of the code we do, right? So is this working? I'm not sure. Let me save again and let's run again. Let's try to have this window alerts return true. Let's like this. I still click this manually. You're not supposed to be like that. That means something is not working properly here. My text expected my text to equals to I am alert. I'm not supposed to be clicking this manually before it's popped up. Since I've called this CY on and I've called this window alert to check for it. Let's check for the second one. This is going to be for alerts. Let me title this alerts. Let me check for the second one. Yeah. Let's check for the second one. What's the second type of alerts? The confirm alert.
Confirm alert.
Confirm alert. I did not supposed to still click that manually. Okay, so we can just do cy dot contain instead of us trying to look for that element and click for js confirm dot contains yeah, click for js confirm.
Ma, are you speaking? Because I can't hear you again.
No, 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 no.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
not speaking. I'm trying to check something out. I'm trying to check something out. So let's just okay. We have um, I am JS confirm and this return true should accept the alerts. Let's try this and let's see how it's. Where is where? So where's my? I'm not sure something is not right about this alert script we are trying to because it's supposed to be handled by Cypress, not us interacting with it. To the best of my knowledge, it's supposed to be handled by Cypress. But if I did not click this, it will not proceed. I'm supposed to accept this. So just let me check with the let me just check with that and let's just try to get what is wrong and supposed to work because I don't know why. I don't know why this is not working. This is supposed to work. I really don't know why it's not working. Because our return true supposed to accept the alert, and if we do return false, we're supposed to reject the alert. Let me try return false first. I'll have to check with this because normally this is supposed to. I have to check with this using maybe um, other other demo sites that has alerts. Maybe I'll have to test with that and I'll have to come out with what normally what we have supposed to work, but I don't know why it's not accepting and rejecting. I'll have to use other demo sites that has alerts that we can use to take Let me just see. Maybe we can get that now. Website with alert automation process. Okay, click me. Click on alert after 5 seconds. Okay, let's just do something very quick. Let's change from internet hookups to let's change from internet hookups to Kika, are you still in the class? So
Yes,
this
I am.
demo, right?
My
Let's
PC is
just
already low.
all right. I'm rounding up the class. If this does not work, I'll just have to check and come. So our next class, right? I'm thinking we should change it to Monday, 8 o'clock. Although I did not get response from others. Or we should
Now
just
that
or we should just maintain because even you are the only one that is attending. We just maintain our
yes.
normal time and Tuesday.
My
And
PC.
we have two.
Yes.
We have only 2 weeks for classes left. We should be
Oh, wow.
rounding up. Yeah, we have only 2 weeks. Next week we should be rounding up every other thing in Cyprus that want to talk for beginners, right? So at least by now we should be able to automate sites ourselves. That's why I'm trying to teach us everything that we might come across that might be difficult, right? So, but if
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have the idea, you'll be able to know how to find a way around it. So the only
Okay.
thing that I know that is left for us to be looking at next week is alias, that is using of alias and right now designing a page object or model. That is the only two things and assertions. Although we've even been doing assertions since the first
Assertions already.
days. We've been doing assertions already. So even the assertion is not just something deep. The only thing I know I'm going to be teaching us just to round up this Cypress section is just alas and if we can have that class on Tuesday and I just hope our network will be as good as this. I don't know if the weather is kind of cold today, but if anytime the weather is not good, the network around here is always very, very bad. So
Okay.
that's why. So but by next week Tuesday we're able to look into alas and by next week Thursday we should be able to round up. So the coming week we can just use that for revisions and go over anything we think we need to talk out again before our
Okay.
project phase starts. And
Okay,
do you
ma'am.
have any difficulty with your task currently that you think I should help you with? Let me just stop this recorder.
Yesterday when I was trying to like work on the tax, I don't know, it got to a stage. Maybe I didn't put my code well, so it was not running on my Cypress. It was just showing the automation page. That's the first page. When I added other like test
On that
cases there,
test.
yes, other tests, it was
And
not run.
you need to be adding the test bit by bit.
Oh, okay,
Do
not
you
at
get?
once.
No, it's not as if you cannot add it at once. But if you add it bit by bit, you know that okay, this one is working. You will check it.
Mhm.
So you will know okay. So if it stop running, then you know that oh, this is where the issue comes from.
Oh,
So you can be for now. It's not as if you cannot write everything. But if you are so sure of what you have written, and if you know that okay, when it breaks, you know exactly when it breaks, then you can fix it out. But for beginners, I used to advise that immediately you write cy.visit, just confirm first. Is it like am I on this site? Okay, this one is working. The next step is to type into an email feed. You try to type, okay, is this typing? Oh, this is typing. So that will make you to even understand what you are doing. And even in case anything breaks, you'll be able to figure out where the break comes from.
okay, ma'am.
All right. So we'll meet next class. Next, yeah, no problems.
Mm, all right, ma'am.